A very unique set of circumstances for Niko Medved and this Minnesota team.
Off we go inside the barn on the final day of February, where it already feels like March. UCLA has a pair of top 10 wins this month, Purdue and Illinois. Mike DeCourcy has them as a 10 seed currently. Isaac Osima for three. It's off the rim, and that's boarded by Eric Daly.
It's going to be all threes and back cuts for the Gophers. Those are the two areas where Minnesota gets a lot of their points, and then there's going to be a lot of this 2-3 zone. Might not be the full 40 minutes, but it's going to be the vast majority of it.
Well, even when they go man, they'll pack it in.
Absolutely. And because of how shorthanded Minnesota is, they cannot foul. So UCLA's got to do this, put pressure on that defense.
Well, and they don't foul. That was Cade Tyson who went straight up and altered the shot of Bilodeau. Minnesota, meanwhile, they'll only go 6 deep. The 5 starters will play a ton of minutes, but they have upset 3 top 25 teams in this building this year.
And played Michigan pretty tough on the road just a few days ago.
Langston Reynolds to the basket. He's got the first 2 of the day for the Gophers.
What did Niko Medved tell us? He said Reynolds is our X factor. When he plays well, the team plays well. It's because he kind of touches every area of the game. He can pass, he can score, he can rebound, he can defend.
And then that scoring is broken up into back cuts, post feeds, you name it. Daly sticks the mid-range jumper for UCLA's first bucket.
And this is what Mick Cronin wants to do. Pick up full court, do anything they can to try to speed the game up, given how shorthanded Minnesota is. So expect UCLA to really try to dictate tempo with their defense.
Cade Tyson, leading scorer for Minnesota, more than 19.5 per game. Drives on Dent, fades away with 2 on the shot clock and buries it.
Boy, nothing doing, but Cade Tyson's size reigns supreme over Dent there. UCLA switching a lot of screens, trying to take away the three-point line, and so somebody's got to go make a play individually.
It was 6'7" over 6'2", rising up for the jumper. Bilodeau one more. Sky Clark for 3. They really want to get him back to the level he was before the injury.
Missed 10 games with that hamstring injury, and it is just great to see him out there. But he's still getting his legs underneath him and his rhythm. That's a great sign.
Tyson transition 3, got it.
You know, it's funny, Niko Medved said, we're not going to turn down open shots. Obviously, you want to slow the pace down, but that's a perfect example of when you do break the press, if a shooter like Cade Tyson has an open 3, by all means, let that thing fly, and Tyson smokes it.
They are probably going to be the perfect example of pick your spots, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Clark, after a 3, rattles in a mid-range jumper. He's got 5 straight for the Bruins.
That is such a good sign to see Sky Clark knocking down a couple of shots. It's just so hard with that hamstring injury. It's not like Kylan Boswell's injury, for example, where he can keep on running and staying in shape.
Corner 3 goes down. This one from Bobby Durkin, who's now 5 points away from 1,000 in his career.
And that's one of the areas you're vulnerable. When you do press, if you break it, you have open jump shots. That's now back-to-back 3s from the Gophers after breaking the three-quarter court press.
Bilodeau right back the other way. We are raining in 3s here in Minneapolis.
Everybody had an extra cup of coffee today, I think, on the floor. Everybody is locked in and ready to go here this afternoon. But three-point line going to be important both ways. Minnesota, obviously, that's a large part of their offense, but also you see 40 minutes of zone, you're going to have to knock down some 3s.
Back cut and a great feed from Durkin into Reynolds.
Just an amazing passing team this Minnesota group is.
Trent Perry shut off on the baseline. Kicks out to Bilodeau. 10 to shoot. Daly with a bounce inside. Tyson got his hand in there, and it's a held ball.
And it's about peaking at the right time, and it feels like UCLA is doing just that.
Good inbounds pass. Gets it to Dent. Drops it off to Booker, and it's blocked by Osima.
Those are the areas you got to be careful when you're going for a block shot because you don't want to foul, but that was a nice play from Osima.
Reynolds left alone, sticks the 3.
Boy, what a start shooting the rock from the Gophers. 3 for 4 from beyond the arc.
6 of 7 in total. Bilodeau has the response. He connects on his second 3 of the day already.
Gonna need a big game from Bilodeau because he can hurt the Gophers inside, but he can step out against that zone in the soft spots on the wings and knock down threes. Bilodeau, such a great shooter.
That three gives him 1,600 career points now, Tyler Bilodeau. Osimo whips a pass out to Reynolds. Shovels it underneath, got it right back off the deflection. This is Tyson going baseline. Floater won't fall, and Dent skies for the rebound.
Did a nice job, though, running Tyson off the three-point line. It's exactly what you have to do if you're UCLA. Make Minnesota make shots off the dribble individually.
Bilodeau, one more to Dent. Bounces to the corner with Clark. Missed the three. Trent Perry, the offensive rebound. Tried to float it up top, and there's a whistle against Minnesota. Some might say he's awesome. I will see my way out.
No.
Lob into Bilodeau here, high post. Faces up, deep two, won't get the roll. Tyson's there for the rebound for the Gophers.
Could be an example. Mick Cronin said the key for our team is to not settle early in a possession.
Good pick and roll. This is Grove absorbing contact. Nice job by Clark to alter it. Reynolds attacks baseline, snaps a pass to Tyson, rises for three, and got it.
Man, is that good. First of all, Reynolds driving to kick, and Tyson, it was right, we had a great angle at it. He really moved without the ball and relocating for that shot on the wing. Great shooters and scorers got to know how to move off of penetration.
8 quick points to begin the day for Cade Tyson. This is Clark, pulls up, 15-footer swirls down.
How good has this been?
Awesome.
The shot making has been excellent. And it took a while for him to get his confidence back here, but boy, has he found it, and it's a perfect fit in Minneapolis.
He said it took him about a full month to get his confidence back once he arrived here on campus. Durkin, catch and shoot for three, got it!
Man, you come into a game saying, we have to defend the three-point line, and it's just so much easier said than done, especially with how Minnesota executes screens and shares the ball.
As hot of a shooting start on both sides as you can ask for, but Perry threw it away over the top of Clark for the first turnover of the day. Already 2 made threes in the first 7.5 minutes for Durkin. He is 1 field goal away from his 1,000th career point. Good ball movement for Minnesota. It's Durkin again. There's 1,000 for Bobby Durkin.
It all starts off of the X factor, Langston Reynolds post up. He got that defense in rotation.
Clark rattles in a three. He's got the silencer and already up to 10 today.
Big shot. Crowd was starting to roll. Felt like UCLA was on the ropes a little bit. UCLA's in shambles on this end of the floor. They got to figure out some defensive grit here. There you go.
That's a good start. Dent's got numbers. Kicks it out. Clark in transition. No. Offensive rebound, Jamar Brown. Bilodeau the reload. He got it.
A heck of a play from Jamar Brown. Right off the bench. Makes a hustle play, getting a weak side rebound. He could have gotten up with it, but instead, great time to shoot a threes off an offensive rebound. Kicks it to Bilodeau. Nice play from Jamar Brown.
Well, UCLA has answered a 9-2 run for Minnesota with a 6-0 run themselves the last 2 possessions. Durkin's hot hand continues.
Come on, man. It is raining threes here in the barn.
Donovan Dent can't get one to go after he hit 5 the other day, and a chance for 3 on the offensive rebound for Eric Daly.
You can't overhelp on any penetration or post-up. Force Minnesota to make some tough twos, but then the other part is the Bruins got to figure out, are you switching some of these screens? The communication's got to be better, or you got to fight through these screens. Just do something to make Minnesota shoot anything else other than a rhythm three.
Minnesota is scoring 2.25 points per possession.
Oh my gosh.
That is out of this world.
It really is.
Dent gambled, tried to go for the steal, leads to an open three. Kai Shinholster, who is the only guy who played off the bench against Michigan, misfires on the three.
I don't mind that gamble from Dent too, especially understanding who you're guarding and Shinholster in the corner. Well, the one bright spot, at least for UCLA, is that Sky Clark is hot, and UCLA shot the ball well. And Mick Cronin said, we're just going to have to make some shots against the zone there, an unfortunate turnover.
Tyson driving baseline, got shut off by the double team. It's swiped away by Donovan Dent, and then a foul is called on Tyson. That's the second on Tyson, the leading scorer for Minnesota, and for a team that went just 6 deep on Tuesday night, that's not a great sign. Brown on the catch and shoot, connects on the three.
He made 73s a year ago at UMKC in Kansas City. He's only shot at 32% this year, but very capable.
A quick 6-0 spurt to tie this game up at 27. Shot clock dipping down to 5. Durkin, step back, mid-range. That was the problem. It wasn't behind the three-point line.
That's right. But that's exactly what UCLA needs to do. Make Minnesota shoot those kinds of shots. That's not how Minnesota wants to play. They don't want to drive and make things happen individually.
Clark kick out. This is Dent. Flips it back to Bilodeau. Rises up for three with a hand in his face, and he got another.
I love how Bilodeau is moving. He's going from short corner to high post. He's screening the top of the zone. He's popping. He's really working hard off the ball and finding those soft spots.
9 straight for UCLA has given them their first lead since it was 5-4. Reynolds thought about the three, kick out. Osimo with 3 on the shot clock, goes right to the basket. Can't end the 9-0 run, and Bilodeau saves it in, but taken away by Grove. Grove is fouled by Tyler Bilodeau.
The Dent coast-to-coast layup might be the turning point in the season. I know it's late, but it's not like they haven't had moments. They beat Purdue, obviously, as well, but it just kind of feels like that might be the singular play that just is the catalyst for UCLA to take off.
Agreed. A game that they were down by 23 against Illinois. His coast-to-coast bucket wins it at the buzzer in overtime against a top 10 team in the country. Then they come out and throttle rival USC earlier this week.
Well, there was a little bit of PTSD from Nico Medved. He said, Donovan Dent did the exact same thing to me when he was the head coach of Colorado State in Albuquerque. It was basically a carbon copy of that play, coast to coast. Donovan Dent, game-winning layup. Go Google it, folks. YouTube it, folks. Dent has done it before. And Nico Medved was joking, said, I thought I was done with Dent, and now all of a sudden we're going against each other in the Big Ten.
11-0 run for UCLA after Bilodeau's bucket gives him a game-high 14. Minnesota's gone 4 minutes without a bucket. Reynolds to the cup, and he's got a chance to go to the line to end the drought.
I feel like a year ago, those guys had to create a lot of their shots on their own.
Yep. Helps when you get the Mountain West Player of the Year and Donovan Dent to come over. Bounces one in to Bilodeau. Assist number 8 as Bilodeau rattles in the mid-range jumper.
Just go set a ball screen for Donovan Dent, and he'll find you. And I think that's Bilodeau's. He probably has that written in his mirror. Just go screen Donovan Dent's guy and roller pop, and good things are going to happen.
Oh, good pass from Osama into Grove, who can't get it to go. It swirls all the way around and out.
Just watch Bilodeau. He's roaming that high post. He'll step out and screen it. He'll step out to the wing.
Lob up top. Daly with the bucket. Mike DeCourcy has 9 teams from the Big Ten in currently, with as many as 11 possible. Reynolds going to the free throw line. Well, tonight we got a battle in the Big East on Fox Primetime Hoops. Zuby Ejiofor and number 15 St. John's continue their fight for a conference crown against Villanova. It all begins tonight at 8 Eastern on Fox. Well, St. John's was on a crazy roll, Nick, and then all of a sudden UConn happened out of nowhere this week.
That can happen when you go take on Danny Hurley's team on the road. But that was an eye-opening result, especially considering the fact that UConn had just come off a tough loss to Creighton.
Bilodeau lobs a pass inside to Daly, and it was knocked away. Well, Minnesota has gone more than 5 minutes without a bucket. They've scored 4 free throws in that span, but cannot get a field goal. Dent all the way to the basket, hangs and hits, +1.
Good job until at the last second he kind of swiped down with one hand. But you're right, playing defense without fouling. What's hard about that is, oh, what a back cut.
What a pass and what a finish for Osama.
What's hard about that, Noah, is you can't just succumb to letting the other team score. You still have to have some fight to your defense, even though you know you can't foul and you're in a zone. Those are hard things to balance.
First field goal in about 6.5 minutes for Minnesota here.
And just, this is so pretty. Great delivery, great hard cut. And Minnesota, Nico Medved has done a terrific job coaching this group.
Bobby Durkin got a hand on that to knock it free.
That's a physical way to get through a screen, huh? Jamar Brown.
Shot clock down to 5. Reynolds isolates on Perry. Won't bank in. Daly's there to corral it for the Bruins. Daly thought about the 3, working baseline on Durkin. Dent into the heart of the paint, lobs it up top to Daly, who can't finish. Tyson has it for Minnesota. Durkin elevates for 3. His first miss from 3 after starting 4 for 4.
Dodged a major bullet there. Just a simple handoff. Way too much space for Durkin, who has been red hot.
Scored his 1,000th career point on his 3rd 3 today. See what Dent creates. Perry, short corner jumper, in and out. Tyson had trouble with it, has to save it in. He does, back to Reynolds. And now Minnesota was happy to slow it down a little bit. Osama to the cup, scoops it in, down to a 4-point game.
But at least if you're Booker, you crowded that 3-point line and then the help didn't come. You have to force Minnesota to be a 2-point shooting team. I know that's a layup given up, but the spirit and school of thought is right.
Perry curls, elevates for 3, too strong. Fans are into it here in the barn.
Could have some tired dudes on the floor. Can you play defense against all this screening and cutting when you're a little fatigued if you're UCLA?
2 minutes overdue for our last media timeout of the first half. Very few whistles today. Grove has the size, has to kick it out. Durkin spots up and buries it. Fifth three of the first half for Bobby Durkin.
A great kick out from Grove. Bobby Durkin, have yourself a day.
Perry in and out on the three. Tapped out of bounds. It goes back to Minnesota on a day that he went over 1,000 career points as well.
Well, and how about Donovan Dent? As you pointed out, he had 30 points in the last game against USC, knocked down 5 threes. He could have come out hunting and been thirsty for his shots, but instead he's been setting the table for his team. And it just is amazing how unselfish Dent is.
Already 9 assists for Donovan Dent, who in the last 2.5 games has 32 assists, 1 turnover.
It's just crazy to continue to even say it out loud.
Daly from the mid-range sticks the jumper, and that ends a stretch of more than 5 minutes without any points for UCLA. Tyson through 2 defenders, banks it in.
It's a nice little rip and go off of the ball reversal from Cade Tyson, who's typically excellent at getting to the free throw line, but has not gotten there today. Little shot fake, thought the Bruins may bite and he'd get there.
Shot clock turned off, 3 seconds to go. Dent to the corner, Bilodeau again, in and out. An up-tempo first half here in Minneapolis, and one heck of a game we've got through 20 minutes.
Just gorgeous offense, gorgeous shot making. He was tremendous in the first 20 minutes.
9 assists. He's had 32 assists in the last 2.5 games now, including a career-high 15 7 days ago against Illinois. 1-point lead for UCLA, looking for its fourth quad 1 win of the season, and Bobby Durkin splashes in his 6th three.
Just a simple handoff, but Durkin reads it and stops behind it. Not enough communication, and Durkin stays hot. That's the thing, though, with just got to be better talk, better communication for UCLA in defending the three.
Sky Clark saves it in right to Daly. Probably not how they drew it up, but they'll take the 2 points.
5 for 6 from the floor is Eric Daly Jr. And he is quietly having a very good day. Certainly some of them have been at the rim, but he's hit a lot of those little foul line, middle of the zone shots as well.
Becomes the 3rd player for UCLA already in double figures. Langston Reynolds gets to the cup and gets the bounce.
Tough shot. You don't typically see Minnesota attack that early in the half court, but just straight line drive for Reynolds.
Clark elevates for 3 and buries it. Well, the halftime did not cool down the shooting.
Oh, it didn't. You thought it can't continue, right? Like it can't just be knocking down shots both ways, but seems like there's multiple guys that feel like they're really in a groove.
17 combined now between the two teams. It has been unbelievable shooting. Skip to Reynolds. He gets into the paint, lowers the shoulder against Bilodeau, too strong. Donovan Dent skies for the rebound, and UCLA wants to run.
He's got to have the awareness. Where's Sky Clark? Where's Tyler Bilodeau?
Says Daly at the free throw line. Like you said, he's been automatic from there today.
Man, he's typically a guy that more is a paint driver than he is a jump shot maker, but he is feeling it.
Everyone's a jump shot maker today.
I think you're right.
Pass deferred, ball deflected out of bounds there by Osama. Stays with UCLA.
I mean, just Bilodeau probably goes, I'm feeling it. Sky Clark goes, I'm feeling it. Daly Jr., I'm feeling it. Durkin, I'm feeling it. You got multiple guys that all feel like, I am hot. Get me the ball.
Are you feeling it?
I'm feeling it.
Would you knock it down?
I don't know. I don't know if I can keep up with this pace today. Goodness.
Knocked away by Donovan Dent. He was the last to touch it, even though he was arguing his case to say it was off awesome.
I don't know. Sometimes you can get into your own head if you talk too much about things like that. Still a basketball. Still 94 by 50 and 10-foot rims.
Tyson, quiet first half by his standards. He misfires on the three. Had to deal with a little bit of foul trouble. Picked up 2 early fouls in the first half.
But the good news is Minnesota has navigated foul trouble early.
Daly short this time. Bilodeau had the rebound poked away from him and into the hands of Osama. Durkin to tie the game. The lob up top to Daly. Dent's 10th assist, his 8th game this season with at least 10.
Such a great look, and it's a second lob over the top of the zone that Dent and Daly have connected on. Dent is really playing at a high level here, Noah.
He had a 30-point game just a few days ago. He had a 15-assist game the game before that. Now he's got 10 again today.
We'll take a look at Dent always surveying the situation. Just play behind the zone, and that's where Daly's been good. He's flashed to the middle of it. He's been in that short corner. He's caught a couple of lobs.
You know, Mick Cronin told you and I that, hey, the Mountain West is different from the Big Ten, and it took Donovan Dent a little bit to get comfortable playing in the Big Ten. I think he's fully comfortable now.
I think he's very comfy.
Osama spins and floats it in.
But Mick Cronin was very complimentary of Donovan Dent and hanging in there. It didn't get off to a great start for Donovan Dent by his standards, but he's kept on swinging away at it and stuck with it, and now he's playing like a stud.
Bilodeau left it short. They are glued to the hip of Durkin, who's made 6 threes. They do not want any touches for number 3. Tyson attacks baseline. Nice finish with the reverse.
He's had a couple of those where he's just ripped and drilled baseline, and because you're so worried about the three-point line, that paint can be a little vacant. Nice job from Cade Tyson.
2 years at Belmont, 1 at North Carolina, where it just did not go as planned in Chapel Hill. He played only 8 minutes a game, but he is back to the Belmont days and then some this year. Clark blows right by him, gets the defender up and draws a whistle against Grayson Grove to bring us to a timeout.
Just gorgeous basketball both ways.
Minnesota is the highest assist rate in the country. 72% of their field goals are coming off of assists this season.
And if you're UCLA, I'm going to continue to say it, you have to understand that figure right there. The way Minnesota wants to score is off of passing it.
Well, that was the 1,000th career point of Sky Clark splitting the free throws. So this game has seen 2 guys now go over 1,000 career points. Reynolds trying to put a man on a poster. Tyson, the reload, wide open 3 from the corner is down and out.
Reynolds a little slow getting back up the floor, but oh man, was that close to quite the poster. Dodged a bullet too. That's a great look for Tyson, who hasn't gotten a ton of clean looks here this afternoon.
Bounce inside to Booker. Dent wants a screen from Booker, finds Sky Clark. Dent in the lane, the runner won't get the bounce.
Only his 3rd shot attempt, Donovan Dent. Again, he wants to set the table for his group right now.
It's 4 points, but 11 assists for Donovan Dent. Reynolds going downhill. Won't be a dunk, but he'll get the 2 points this time.
Just another miscommunication or late talk. And Reynolds gets separated from Booker's body, and then he's able to go drive and score. Communication can eliminate so much defensively.
Booker stepping out, thought about the 3. He's been playing with a lot more confidence in the last couple weeks. Dent gets in the paint, lobs it up top for Bilodeau. Assist number 12 for Donovan Dent, just 3 shy of his career high.
Got the size advantage on that matchup on the short corner, does Bilodeau, and another perfect delivery from Donovan Dent.
Tyson from the corner for the lead.
It's a tough cover for Xavier Booker to get all the way out to that three-point line. You're not used to being out there at that 5 spot. You think you're close, but you ain't close enough on Cade Tyson.
Every time this crowd has gotten into it, UCLA's had the response. What do they have on this trip? It's Bilodeau, short corner, deep 2. UCLA right back in front.
Again, the movement, short corner, high post screening. He's just put on a clinic on how to move against the zone. As Tyler Bilodeau.
His 8th 20-point game of the season. Reynolds, they're going to give him that, and he left it short.
Smart. You'd much rather make Langston Reynolds a three-point shooter than a driver. And I think you'd much rather make Dent, I can't believe I'm going to say it because he had 30 last game, make him a scorer than a passer right now. We try to help off.
Bilodeau from the elbow, fading away, too strong, boarded by Grove. Durkin has 6 threes tonight. Step back, Osama for 3, got it!
Just tough. Xavier Booker gets switched onto Osama. It's just a tough day for Booker in terms of having to guard.
UCLA should be having a dominant day, but it's Minnesota who's up by 2.
Yeah, Minnesota's just very talented offensively, and when they're making shots, good luck trying to guard this group, and that's been the case here, but UCLA has really played well offensively.
Yeah. Both teams have been great on the offensive end of the floor. It's been a struggle defensively. Sky Clark is way off the mark on the 3. It does stay with UCLA, and the shot clock did not reset. There is 3.2 for UCLA to shoot after the timeout. Bilodeau at the end of the shot clock did not get it off in time. That's one, if you're Mick Cronin, you got to be livid on the sideline. You had an entire timeout. Yes. The team knows there's 3 on the shot clock.
And that's a veteran that's played a lot of basketball, just with a little mental mistake there.
To your point, Nico Medved said in order to go 5-on-5, like we've started having to elevate our assistant coaches to the scout team. Said it's a lot of 2-on-2, 3-on-3 to get reps, but it is hard to go 5-on-5 with the amount of injuries. Osama into the lane, floats it in.
Another great screen set, which just gets the Bruins off of a Gopher body, and it's Osama who's able to get in and get the floater to go down. UCLA's got to communicate and fight a little harder on the defensive end.
5 straight for Osama. He's into double figures now. Perry does not have the answer. Tyson and Daly wrestle for the rebound, and UCLA has a second chance. Inside to Bilodeau, 2-hand flushes it.
It's a heck of a pass from Sky Clark. Not been a whole lot of opportunities for offensive rebounds either way because of all the shot making. But certainly if you're UCLA, you can attack that glass.
Just 5 second chance points for UCLA, only 3 for Minnesota, to your point there. Not a lot of offensive rebounds in this game because the first shots are going in. Durkin straight away. This one's offline.
You got to get into the body if you're switching those screens. That's too clean of a look for a guy that has been hot in Durkin.
His 6 made threes are a season high. They tie his career high from last season at Davidson. Daly drops it off to a cutting Bilodeau inside. He banks it in to tie the game up.
That's exactly how you want to run offense against the zone. You get it to the middle of the floor. You immediately look short corner into the basket. Another great cut from Bilodeau. Ends in 2 points.
Game high 24 for Tyler Bilodeau. He's scored the last 4 on back-to-back possessions. Shanholster spins, swiped away by Daly, but he got his arm. Oh, big collision as Isaac Osama goes spilling to the ground. He collides with Trent Perry, and the foul is on Perry.
Dent got a nice little breather there with a couple of with a timeout and a media timeout. Now he's back on the floor. You imagine he's going to finish the final 9 minutes of this thing for UCLA.
Just 3 points, but 12 assists tonight for Donovan Dent. Reynolds. Pass was tapped away. This is Dent with it. Into the front court, finds a spotting up Perry. Bilodeau fades away on a deep two, too strong. Grove, good feed to Reynolds for two.
If you're UCLA, I just don't think you need to double Grayson Grove. I know he's got a mismatch with Perry, but easy little dunk down off the double team, down for Reynolds.
Bilodeau lowering the shoulder against Grove. He's got a silencer as the fans go back to their seats in the barn.
No answer for Tyler Bilodeau right now, whether it's knocking down threes or mid-range shots or going to work in the paint.
26 for Bilodeau, including the last 10 for UCLA.
UCLA just trying to switch all these screens to take away the three-point line, which I think is the right thing to do.
Skip to Tyson. Pulls up, falls away from the mid-range, and will not get it to fall. But free throws coming for Cade Tyson out of the timeout. 26, a game high. 10 straight for UCLA have been scored by Bilodeau to this point. Cade Tyson at the line puts Minnesota back in front on just the 5th free throw attempt of the day for the Gophers.
Well, I said at halftime, which team's going to find some semblance of defensive rhythm, and to this point, neither team's been able to really slow down the other one. But things have a way of clamping down and slowing down in crunch time in the Big Ten.
Trent Perry, deep three is too strong. Reynolds is there to snatch the rebounds.
He's been the one guy that's been a little cold shooting the ball today for UCLA. Trent Perry has, but that's a clean look for a guy that's shooting at 40% from three.
His play really elevated in those few weeks without Sky Clark. Even since Clark has been back, the play of Perry has not really fallen off.
Yeah, that's the one silver lining of the Sky Clark injury is you got a confident Trent Perry because of it.
Extra pass, here's Osama into the lane. The runner drops through.
Doing what you have to do, run him off the three-point line, but Osama, that's a second floater he's hitting just like that. Those aren't easy shots. Ball's got to get in Dent's hands here. He's got to be the guy making it happen. He was roaming on that baseline.
He kicks to Perry, who drives, fades away. Osama swats it.
Got to worry about the three-point line here, Noah.
Tyson all the way to the cup, finger roll, and in as it spins through.
All these dudes on the floor right now for Minnesota, no, they're not coming out of the game. So you are allowed to play through mistakes. You play with confidence because there's nobody coming in for you. And so these dudes are playing with the fluorescent green light in more ways than one.
Shot clock dwindling. It's at 5. Daly steps out for 3 and buries it. That is big out of the timeout for UCLA.
8 for 10 from the floor. Eric Daly Jr. Again, that's a shot you're willing to live with, but he is feeling it. Really needed that one to stop the bleeding momentarily.
He's got 18. His season high 20 was just 7 days ago. Reynolds right back the other way for Minnesota.
And Dent can't help on that roll because he's guarding Bobby Durkin, who is hot from beyond the arc. A great design from Nico Medved using the shooting to hold up that help D.
Daly lost the handle. Grove goes spilling to the ground, and there is a held ball. Possession arrow keeps it with UCLA.
Well, I want you to look at the right wing and the help defense not being able to come. Well, first look at the little scrum here. Again, Grayson Grove first to the floor. Good effort. It's amazing how hard these Gophers are still playing.
Bilodeau kicks, open look. Jamar Brown is blocked. Fifth block shot today for Minnesota.
A lot of them been on jump shots too. What a recovery from Cade Tyson. 7 on the clock now. A little bit of a mental mistake a few minutes ago on not knowing the shot clock.
Brown got the defender up, bounces into Bilodeau, down to 2. UCLA turns it over. A bucket on this trip, and this building might collapse. A reach and foul called against UCLA. It's on Donovan Dent. Only the 5th team foul against the Bruins, so no free throws.
UCLA's got to take a collective deep breath.
Tyson, no shot, wave off the bucket on the floor first. 6th team foul against UCLA. That's their last one to give before the bonus. Reynolds off the mark. Donovan Dent the rebound. What do you want to see from UCLA?
The ball's got to be in Dent's hands a little more. He's was controlling everything in the first half. He's kind of quieted down here in this second half. And Bilodeau's got to continue to move.
No points and 3 assists in the second half after 4 points and 9 assists in the first half for Dent. He carves his way into the paint, flips it up, won't go. Boarded by Grayson Grove. Tyson fades away over Bilodeau and connects. Bilodeau +1. As loud as the building had been all day, he silences it with a chance for 3.
Minnesota was something that Mick Cronin said he was really wanting to do, just speed the game up, but the Gophers have operated with comfort on this end.
Lob into Tyson. Back-to-back 20-point games for him. He's got 21 today. Four to shoot. Reynolds getting downhill against Clark. 2 to shoot. Floats it up and in.
What a play from Langston Reynolds. Great poise. 29 seconds of great defense, but Reynolds steps up.
Dent is bumped, didn't get a whistle. He does have the miss. Clark elevates for 3 on the reload and rattles it in.
Good job by Donovan Dent to establish himself back in bounds before he touched the ball, and then finds Sky Clark. That's a big sequence.
I thought he got fouled, but
I did too. I was going to say, I think he got a hip check earlier in that possession on a drive. Trying to post up now, Reynolds. Look at Bilodeau roaming inside. Grove not a shooter, so you can help a lot.
Durkin curls off the screen. Got another! His 7th 3 of the day! Bilodeau got it, +1. 32 for Bilodeau, his third 30-point game of the season. Bobby Durkin, after that last three, has a season-high 21 on a career-high 7 threes.
So keeping that, Grove is being guarded by Bilodeau. If you use Grove as a screener, it can yield good results.
Get it inside to Grove. He's fouled by Sky Clark on the floor, but it is bonus. And it does. Bilodeau the rebound. One possession game with under 90 seconds to go.
You got to communicate where Tyler Bilodeau is at all times if you're Minnesota.
Bilodeau has it now. That's a deep three. Offline, rebounded by Grove. No points tonight for Grayson Grove, but 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, and a block. He's done everything else.
If Grove touches this ball, do you think about Hacka Grove if you're UCLA?
Great point. Grove comes up to set the screen. Reynolds uses it. Gives to Durkin. Durkin straight away, in and out.
Got a lot of fouls to give if you're Minnesota.
Mick Cronin takes a timeout first. 30 seconds to go, 23 on the shot clock. To your point, 3 fouls to give before UCLA would be in the bonus.
Might be an idea to switch up your defense here as well.
They stay in the zone. Shot clock under 20. UCLA down 3. Clark drives straight to the basket. Spins it back out for Dent. Rises for 3. Left it short. Rebounded by Minnesota. And Bobby Durkin is fouled. 1-1 still for Durkin. All net. 2-possession lead for the Gophers. Osama picks up Dent, and Dent is fouled, one of the 3 fouls Minnesota has to give. They get into Bilodeau. This is Perry, spins it back out. Bilodeau for 3, no. Rebound Clark, he calls a timeout with 4.2 to go. Dent to inbound, 4.4 to go. UCLA down 5. Got to get a quick look. Get it into Perry, has to hoist one up on a 3. It's too strong. The barn